Hey, and welcome to the Friday
Welcome,
Build.
dudes.
It's the second to last episode of the Sea Fury. As you can see, there are only three of us here today because Waitrose is busy doing other stuff.
But he has finished his.
Yes, he has finished his, so we'll let him off. How are you, gentlemen?
I'm very well until 3 o'clock this afternoon, where I've got to go and have blood drawn.
Visiting the vampires.
So I can have my annual my annual diabetes review.
Excellent. I see you're partaking of the beardiness today.
Yeah, that'll be gone tomorrow.
Oh no, grow a beard. We want to see you with a beard. You look like Father Christmas.
No, that'll be. Fight!
Contenders, are you ready?
No, they're just talking.
Really?
How are you, John? You all right?
Yeah, good. I've made some progress on the Victor today. I've done some decaling. So it's starting. Well, it's got the plated roundels on the side and all that sort of stuff. All the bottom is done. It's hard to see, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
All the stencils are there, and just moving on to the top side of it. So that's coming together.
Glorious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done, buddy.
Look at it.
Talking of Decals, have you got the stencil sheet for the Sea Fury?
I do not.
Would you like me to email it to you? For I have got it and have scanned mine for you. Or I could put it in Discord.
Put it in Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that'd be good, because that's what I'm up to. So still continuing the decaling. So I've got the main one's done on the fuselage and the wings, but up to stencils. So
I'm impressed John knows what Discord is.
hey? No idea. It's just the wings are sort of ready for stencil, the rest of the stencils. So yeah, that'd be ideal. Thank you.
Right. I am putting it in the for vets and modders section.
Lovely. Oh, and my prop is together as well, so that looks like a dad.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It works.
It works.
Would be if I could find it.
The way they've done that one is quite clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because it does spin like the Edward version of the Tempest 2 doesn't spin that readily. Oh, you've got some Decals on. Well, that's looking good.
All I've done is
I've just got the underside, and then it's down to stencils. But
Awesome.
to make mine different than Mikey's put in these bands on his, and you have the option in the instructions to not put them on if you want to do the standard version. So I'm doing the standard version.
That's right. Very good. So that's a
yeah. There's a lot of stencils to go on there. So
momentum bands. It must have been exercise momentum.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I got it off the shelf up at the top with the grabber.
Very good. Just give me a moment. I'll be back in a sec. I'll just go and grab a beer.
Yeah. He's going to come back and have black hair and a beard now, isn't he?
Yeah. There you go. And how's Mikey this morning?
I am well. I've varnished my Sea Fury, but I haven't done anything else with it.
Yeah, I put a gloss coat on my Sea Fury to do the decals, and I wasn't impressed with how the gloss coat went down.
Oh,
and it was
yeah, I've done more than what I had last Friday. So
yeah,
it's got drop tanks and that on it.
I used AK real colors gloss varnish, and it didn't have the effect I wanted. But all right, yeah. But I am changing over to Vallejo, so I will see what Vallejo gloss varnish is like in the future.
Yeah.
There you go. So
we are two veterans in a chair.
Two veterans in a chair. Yeah.
Yes. Shall we?
We can't do comments because he's not here.
No. There's always one in there.
And it's
Turns
always
up 5 seconds before the intro starts,
literally
and he's still not ready.
falls through the door.
Yeah.
Then you said, right, we're going live. He disappeared.
Do you reckon if we shout loud enough, he'd hear us?
He'd ignore us.
Yeah. He'd just laugh.
But and welcome everybody in YouTube land.
Yes.
Looking for another fun day today, like yesterday, I should say. As many mentions of David Dickinson as we can get in to the conversation.
Yeah, here we are.
Here he is. Right, we can do comments now.
Yeah.
Yes. Righto.
GM says, morning all, I wonder which superstars or rock or antiques will join us today.
And Gary says, Guten Tag, Herr Morris. Well, I could tell you, but it's classified. I'm keeping mum. Late next week will be a new grouping of well-knowns. UK's finest will strut their stuff.
Oh. He also says, Duke asked about the Mile High Club. It's not that an accurate description. It's between 8 and 9 miles high, but I'm not a member. A lot.
GM says, what's Bruce D's top 5 aircraft? Some old stuff from World War One, World War Two, and my aircraft. There you go.
And he also says the older rock musicians don't annoy hotel rooms as it costs too much for repairs. They do make a mess of hotel foyers and lounge rooms. We did spill a few drinks last night.
Nice. Ramstein have built a small, strange beasts for their live show. Made of metal, it can walk. It does get firebombed during the shows. Oh, God.
GM says, what are rock musicians like at home? Normal. I have filmed many at their homes and are different ones from you see on stage. Are different from the ones you see on stage. There we go.
And he also says that his wife is a former rock musician and she can party when with her friends. 2 daughters are also celebrities, as are their friends. It's party central at our place when friends drop in, lol. Wow.
Bob says, good morrow all. I'm afraid today's Gaz and Bob show will be brought to you by Gary only. More than a bit under the weather here. Sorry to hear that, Bob.
Get well soon, Bob. And my lion is out of his out of his sprue his support. So thanks again for this.
I took the supports off all of the couches I got yesterday afternoon. I found that a sculpting tool works very well.
Yeah.
Dieter says, "Yay, Friday!"
Hey, Dieter. He says, good afternoon.
GM says, "G'day, Bobby. Oh, sad to hear you're a bit down. Pick up soon, yeah."
JT says, good morrow, fellow subscribers. Wife is making me coffee today. She makes a good cup too. When I do it, it never tastes the same.
Fair enough.
GM says, welcomes Hagrid back. He says, hello, Hagrid. Welcome back. I made a right mess of that.
And hello, John T.
JT says, now I have my coffee. I'm ready to watch Radar.
And JT says, yesterday we were talking about the Melbourne. Was the Sea Fury part of the air wing?
Probably. I can't remember. Most likely. The only aircraft I remember being on the Melbourne were the A4 Skyhawks. And rumor is, well, I've heard the story that we had landed on an American carrier. Our Royal Australian Navy landed on an American carrier, whichever one. And they were invited to come over and join us, and they flew over the thing and said, "No, fuck that," and went back home and just did not attempt the landing. It was a lot smaller.
Is it your go? Is it John?
Yeah, I'll go. Bob says, right, Posty's been lots of pain from Jedlam, another strand beast from France. Now to veg out and hope the meds work on the pain. Oh yeah,
get yourself sorted, Bob.
David says, hello all. Hope the weather is good wherever you may be.
It's not bad today. JT says, any of my friends in Australia remember this guy, Yahoo Serious? I only saw him in Young Einstein.
Sure do.
Yahoo
Yeah,
Serious.
the rock and roll music by Metal as Anything in that movie. Yeah. I've never seen it. Yeah. Bob says, quick question to prevent time and material wastage. Just got my first Vallejo dropper bottle, model color. Is thinning required and what width? It depends what model color you've got. So
if it's model color, you can thin it with water.
Yeah. Right. So there's those two choices. So you got the Model Air is pre-thinned for airbrush. You can thin it more. Model color will definitely need thinning, probably 50-50 with their standard airbrush thinner.
However, water. It's cheaper.
I've also heard that if you do 50-50 with their airbrush flow improver, that's actually a better mix because these acrylic paints have tip dry. The tip of the airbrush will dry out and clog the needle.
I too have seen that about using flow improver instead of thinner.
Yeah, it does work. What I will say is different colors in both of them have different thicknesses, and they're not all the same. Rule applies to every pigment. You need to just tweak it and just practice. And if it's too gluggy, a bit more thinner, and if it's too thin, a bit more pigment. Yeah. So yes, but that's the stuff to go for. It does work with it.
Cool.
JT says, morning, Robert. Happy Friday.
And Bob says, I believe they're very different to Vallejo Model Air.
Malaria Model Air.
Yeah, it's sort of weird because like they're their own ranges and their own paint racks. So the Model Air has things like RLM colors for Luftwaffe and FS colors for US military and stuff like that. The model color doesn't necessarily. So you just need to find what you want and just go with that. GM says, Bobby and David, spell checkers working perfectly. Thanking Moyne's broken still.
Julian says, morning, all.
Morning, Julian.
Oh, that was easier.
He's getting all the tricky ones again, isn't
he? JT says, Gary had an old keyboard that got worn out. It still served me well over the years.
Awesome. David's in. He says, morning, Booby. Hope you're okay. Yes, Vallejo paint. I have only 2 bottles of the Air paint, so not sure on the other. Sorry, Bob.
GM says, John T. Only know of 2 film Young Einst made years ago.
I think I only know the one. Yeah.
John says, Robert, I do hope you find the answer. I get man on a mission sometimes myself. I've just started using Vallejo paints and I'm enjoying them.
I like Vallejo paints. Most of my paints are Vallejo.
They have a great range and they're available in most places. So my advice with model color is it doesn't matter which brand you go for or whatever. Just pick one brand that's in your area if you can get it.
Their metal colors are very good.
And they don't smell.
They don't smell. Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Right. Julian says, David, I think you mean Bobby, not Booby, unless you know something we don't. Well.
Columbus says, evening all.
Hello, mate.
Hey, Callum. Are you suitably drunk after your works do?
And Gary says, hello, Julian. His spell Kenka isn't Welb.
GM says, Mr. C, hello.
David says, laugh out loud. Yeah, thanks, Julian. Sometimes my fingers do things I don't want them to do. Ooh.
And Bob says, Julian, don't forget David has met the well-filled T-shirt.
Kevin's in. He says, good day, everyone.
Hello, Kevin. GM says, Bobby, what? I'm getting all the 2-word replies.
Julian says, laugh my ass off, boob. I mean, Bob.
David's going to be out again for a short time as he's taking Helen down to her friends in Ostrad.
Ustrad.
Ustrad.
Yeah.
Austrad.
No,
Aussie.
as in us. Us three. Yeah.
Oh, you mean us? Okay.
Ustrad. Yeah.
Ustrad. Should not be loon, though traffic may have a different say in things. Lol.
Jim says, happy Friday, all.
Hey, Jim. JT says, Gary, I found models of a bridge layer tank online. The only problem was the scale 1/72nd. There was the M104 on the Abraham's hull and the M60. 1/72nd isn't too bad. I just didn't want 1/76.
Yeah.
ID, 1/72, fine.
Joe's in. He says, good morning, afternoon, evening, and happy Friday to y'all.
Yeah. Hi, Joe. Today is Poets' Day.
GM says, good day, Jim.
All the easy ones today. And Ian Ellison says, woohoo! It's Furious Friday. Hi, all.
Oh. Julie says, what Mikey, dim audio or wibble, mate?
Gubble.
Gubble.
Oh, dim audio or gubble. It means no sound at all.
Yes. Right, carry on.
And Gary looks like he's doing so many shuts. Or you see the back of your head bouncing up and down at the bottom of the screen.
Only you could make something out of that.
Julian says, no problem. Screw YouTube, had muted the stream. Oh, dear. Trust our Julian.
And John Thompson says, Gary, I always get nervous with my diabetes review. Hopes yours goes well. It's only the bloods today. I don't have to make an appointment for a year later or whenever they can fit me into their busy schedule nowadays to get me results.
I do my best and then just go, que sera, sera.
Yeah. Yeah. Thin and miserable or fat and happy?
Yeah.
David says, g'day, all our hosts, and that looks so good, John. Thank you. Whichever one it was. Sea Fury or the Victor, I don't know.
They both look good.
JT says, John, that plane is properly done.
Sea Fury then. Right.
And Jim says to GM, g'day, Gary, and to all the usual suspects in chat. And the ones that aren't the usual who may be in chat.
Certainly. Julian asks a question. Well, maybe it's like a Trump tweet or
just get on with it.
Get on with it.
a twump. Question: should model manufacturers do add-on sets so you can buy standard kits and do your own? Example: Hobart's funnies or early airborne countermeasures.
I think this would be one to go back to.
Yep.
Because we've got a lot of chat. So if we start that one, modders, and we'll come back to that one. David says, and those Sea Furies look good.
They do.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with mine.
Yeah.
And JT says, planes are looking great, Gary and Mike.
Duke says, GD, all you beautiful people.
G'day, Duke.
G'day, mate. Patrick says, g'day all. Hello, Patrick. Who's also a new member.
Yay.
Jim says, I thought crude oil was thick. Then I tried Vallejo model color paints.
Nugget says, good afternoon, folks.
Afternoon.
Hey, Nugget. Ooh, he's changed his picture as well.
Yeah.
Julian says, David, who's Shelfie? Isn't he lead singer of Iron Maiden?
I'm part-time antiques expert.
It's getting hot in here, Julian.
Nugget says, he's waving to Julian.
Julian says, hiya, ACF.
Aussie Ian says, happy Friday all. I'm a cadet force Nugget.
Nugget says, with Vallejo, the flow improver makes a big difference compared to just water.
Might try that at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
James Skiffins is in. He said, I may have entered a room by error.
Morning, Skiffers. How are you, mate?
Skiffers.
Tiff
says, hello, folks, and hello, Skiffers.
She doesn't sound like that. She'll be jumping in the stream and giving you another bollocking. That'll be two in a row.
Another intervention. I have to come in here.
Oh, I can't do a female Geordie accent.
You can't do a female accident. Accident. Jim says, ACF nugget, I agree.
Jim says,
you can even do
greetings, Tiff.
Oh, you're reading ahead.
Waving to Tiff.
And Model Officer says, tits. I would have understood.
Yeah, he also says, hi, Jim, tits.
No, Tiff.
No. Oh.
Oh dear.
David says, just leaving now, back soon. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel the same way, mate.
Hobby Time's in. He says, hi, guys. Hi, Hobby Time.
Hey, Hobby Time.
Tiff says, don't forget that lube button, folks, and that means you too, Ian.
You got the name right this time.
Yes. I think she appreciates it.
Jude says, do you mind?
I'm sorry.
Wait your turn, RF boy.
It's all going wrong.
It's never got right.
Air traffic control over there. Julie says, Shelby seems to be having a moment due to John's mispronunciation of Welsh. That's that. Yes.
His pronunciation.
Oh, good. I'll get an easy one. Hobby Time says, hi, Jim.
Daph's here. She says, Paul is very stressed. Docs are talking about, do not resuscitate. He's having a very hard time.
Oh, dear. I'm very sorry to hear that, Daph.
Yes. Well, again, the best to both of you.
Yeah, please give him our best wishes and our thoughts, and, all the best to you both.
Skipper says, so misread that, Tiff. I thought you were asking everyone to remember the lube. Glad I reread it. She was, in a way.
Lube and subscribe.
She was reminding Ian to lube himself up. Oh dear.
JT says, when I had my model railroad, I used to knock over one tree. Kept thinking of that famous scene in Beetlejuice, lol. Not a film I've seen, so.
Julian's having a moment at Mikey's two-fingered wave.
It's awfully hot in here, isn't it, Julian? No. Just no. Nobody wants to see that. Jim says, hello, Hobby Time.
And Tiff says, I am not a Geordie.
All right, you're a plastic Geordie, then.
He said, I'm not a Geordie, canny lad.
Aye.
Julian says, afternoon, Geordie.
Julian says, why, aye, Geordie.
Well done, Tiffers.
Oh.
Look, no hands. Hobby Time says, comment, do you think Airfix have done this with the 24th Spitfire now? Probably not, because the molds were bloody expensive and they need to make the money back somehow. And they've only released 3 sets from it.
Yeah. And Patrick says, and so it begins. Yeah, I'm afraid it has begun.
And Tiff says, of course, thank you for keeping us updated, Daff.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Daff. We are. Our thoughts are with Paul.
June says, oh hell, my very best wishes to Paul, Daphne.
Nugget says, to Paul, hope things get better soon, as do we all.
Yeah.
Skiffin says, Tiff, I'm at work and not sure they would be grateful for me breaking the policy with lube.
Bron's probably sat in the living room wondering why the hell you keep shouting about lube.
And Timmy's in next door thinking, I'm not going in there.
I'm going to have flashbacks to the Navy in a minute.
Jim says,
Jim says, hey, that's great, Tiff. Make John disappear again.
She does do
by popular demand.
For a small fee of hobnobs.
Yes. For a small donation to the channel.
JT says, when I was in Heathrow, I got yelled at for whistling Rule Britannia by someone, and another smiled.
Yeah, that's the problem in the UK at the minute. Very opposing views.
But moving on.
That's weird. Duke says, Daff, we're all thinking of Paul.
Yes. Nugget says, always got to remember Geordies are Scots with their hairs bashed in.
Tiff said, hey, might make the trains go quicker so they're actually on time, Skiffins. Lube the tracks.
Daphne will pass on the good feelings to Paul.
Yeah, please do.
Please do.
That's all the comments.
Yay! No, it's not.
Julians.
Julian says, this would not be the time to mention that if Nintendo had made their first console in Newcastle, it would have been the Nintendo YI. He says Wii.
Right.
Right.
Back to decaling. Oh, hello, there's another one. Model officer says, no, that crease with with no northern. Right.
Ian says, keep fighting, Paul.
Yeah. Nugget says, men's heads. Laugh out loud. Ah, with the head smashed in.
And James says, northerners.
Yes. Jim, as we all started to hear about Paul.
Yeah.
John says, as members of His Majesty's service, did you swear an oath to defend the king? Well, you swore an oath to defend the Queen, her heirs, and successors.
Yes. Yes.
We did not swear an oath to the government.
No.
Yes.
That's what's different. That's what's different in the UK. We're separate.
So, it's weird. It's weird because, like, say, in Australian Scouts, like Scout movement, you have a choice of pledging your service to the Queen and to God and to help other people to keep the Scout law. But they had made, since I was a Boy Scout, they made God optional, but the Queen is not. The Queen is optional, but God is not. Which is sort of weird because one's sort of definitely real, and the other one could be made up. But back in the military, you have a choice now, pledging allegiance to the monarch or not. But certainly, Australia.
The main purpose of it is, politically speaking, is so that the government of the day can't use the military to enforce their will on the people.
Yes. Yeah, and none of us have a problem with it.
And it also means that only the monarch can declare war. The government can't. They can only advise the monarch on whether to declare it or not.
That's correct. Yeah, for us, it won't come from the king. It would come from our governor general. Nothing really goes. I mean, the monarch, the king, queen, whichever, will advise, but it's up to our governor general to make decisions.
It's where the whole soft power thing comes in, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If the king gives a nod, says to him, I think you should probably join us in war, then they're not going to say "fuck you," are they? Yeah, they are still part of the Commonwealth, so they'll probably go, "Okay, we'll think about this."
We'll think about this, but we
How
don't
can we do
always.
it
So Australia, of course, didn't go into the Falklands conflict. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. We asked the Americans, but they said no.
Yeah.
Because they were still reeling from Vietnam. Paul says, it's obviously Daphne says, thank you and goodbye for now. See you later, love. John says, the Commonwealth. Yes. Commonwealth of Nations. Bob says, Shades of Miracle on 48th Street, the 90s remake. Huh?
Shades of Miracle, put it straight.
Yeah. John says, we gave info on the Belgrano. You did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And we sunk it.
But hey, that's all.
Whether rightly or wrongly, I don't know. I wasn't around then.
Well, that's for other people to decide. We do it.
Well, exactly.
And if you don't like it, you could always leave.
Yes. We were merely soldiers. Well, we
were but humble dwarves.
Gary waved everyone off to war. John sort of turned up to the war, but cut around in his shorts and t-shirt and fixed aircraft.
I literally did wave them off to the Falklands because I was in air traffic control at Lynham then, and we were very busy.
Yes.
Oh, it does work. There we go. I have a desk cam, so we shall carry on with. I'm going to do some dirkling now. As you say, the stencil diagram is on Discord. Okay.
It's on Discord in for Vets and Modders. It's a PDF, so you should be able to open it and even print it off.
And then you've got the number of...
I think there was 2 before that, Modest. Thank you. Jay says that would be why royals are colonels in chief, etc., but no politician is. Plus, the monarch is the commander in chief of the UK armed forces, not the prime minister. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's to create that separation of power so that the government of the day can't use the armed forces for their own will.
So
He is but a humble servant.
Yeah. So whereas a lot of people say, the monarchy doesn't serve any purpose, it actually does, and it's not in what power it has; it's what power it keeps from the government and protects the people from, by not because the monarch traditionally doesn't use them. John says, "Sorry for my typing. Getting caffeinated. Belgrano was the USS Phoenix and at Pearl Harbor."
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Didn't know.
Bob says, "In God we trust on dollars. If government believes in God, they can believe in Satan." That's true. Bob says, oops, Santa. Yeah. Skiffin says, "I have to return to work. See you all soon." See you later, James.
Hello, James.
There, James.
Nugget says, "Fun fact, the Belgrano was actually a survivor of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Can't remember its name at that time, though." There we go. We know now. Julie says, "Mikey, Shelfie waved them off to which war?" The Peloponnesian War.
Well, strictly speaking,
Nugget says,
Gulf War One, Gulf War Two.
He waved them off to every war since the Boer War. I mean, Nugget says, "GT, apologies, I didn't see your post when I posted." There we go.
That's fine.
Rich is in. He says, "Hey, how is everyone doing today? Hope all's well."
Hi, Rich.
Matt says, "Afternoon panel, afternoon chat peoples, afternoon Matt."
Hi, Matt.
JT says, "I would love to see In Oz We Trust for Ozzy Osbourne."
Oh,
Wasn't that put on an album cover at some point?
I don't know. I've not. Who's Ozzy Osbourne? No idea.
Let's go down there again. And that would go. That's that.
Right. Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Ah,
I'm singing. Look at that.
You're very, very musical today, you two.
position of common stencil data for scheme C. Right.
I don't need that bit because I'm not up to that bit.
Well, you're not doing Scheme C, are you? But
I am.
No,
are you?
I'm not.
I'm doing scheme C.
Oh yeah, I'm doing Scheme A.
Yes.
Nothing but a scheme A.
John JT says, "I heard he gave his last concert." He did, and he did it in a wheelchair. That was dressed up as like a big throne.
Yeah, they did it up as a throne, didn't they? He's in Switzerland now.
Yeah. Sharon's probably wheeled him there for his last rites. Obviously, that's joking. That's not actually what's happening. At least I assume it isn't.
I don't know, but I think it's very much. Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
Something's afoot.
let's start with 66.
66 sausage sandwiches, please.
Apply momentum bands over serial decals for standard scheme. Omit decal 75.
Okay, I'll be back in a moment. I'll go and do something.
You've got to put the serial decals down first, then.
Yes.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is print off this page so I can use a highlighter and mark which ones I've done.
I'm going to keep this cartridge tray because that'll work well as tracing paper. That could be useful. Bob says, "Everybody gets last rights. Do left-handed people get last lefts instead?" Only Catholics get last rights.
I'll let you know.
Disregard, I can't print it off because I've got the computer in the garage. Idiot. Right.
Yeah, John.
Cracking on. 41.
I'm surprised Timmy hasn't joined you.
Well, he's probably talking to his cousins.
Yeah, I don't talk to mine. But I'm not a very sociable person.
Family first.
Yes. I'm not a very sociable person, so it wouldn't bother me. If I only say, yeah, I'm busy. Talk to the wife. It's fine.
Talk to the hand because the face ain't glistening.
And usually when they come in, I just go, hello. And then as they walk past the door, and then they go in the living room and I sit in here. If they want to talk to me, they shout to me.
JT says, appreciating the music now. Love David Bowie and the talent that he had. Yes, another legend that was taken away from us too soon.
I've heard of David Bowie.
I've heard of David, but oh God.
Wasn't he the guy that had odd eyes? His eyes didn't match.
His eyes were different colours, yeah, but that's not what he's famous for. He was also Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
And JT says, Robert, what if you were ambidextrous? John's pointing to subscribe for some reason.
Oh no! So it's starting to peel. So I'm actually just sticking it down.
Julian says
his infamous impression of me. Mind you, his impression of my singing is shite. My singing is like half a pound of gravel and a coffee grinder.
Oh, like Tom from the Valley. Whoa!
What?
Gargles with
that sounded more like bloody Elvis from Fireman Sam.
Elvis Cridlington.
Yeah, how do you remember that?
I had kids.
We had two versions in Wales. We had Fireman Sam and Sam Tam.
Naughty Norman.
Yeah.
Bob says last medals.
Naughty Norman.
Duke says, Mikey, who was the lead singer of David Bowie?
Since none of you agree on how to pronounce his last name, I'm going to say it was Dave.
No, it was Bowie. I'm pretty sure he said Bowie.
It was Dave.
He made a bloody good Pontius Pilate, I must say. He was a great actor.
He was in oh shit, what's it called?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in that.
He's in The Last Temptation of Christ. He's in Labyrinth.
That one where bloody Adam Sandler plays a model, male model.
Zoolander.
Oh,
that's the one.
Yeah.
He was in Zoolander too, wasn't he? He was judging a rough.
He was married to Iman, wasn't he? Who was she Ethiopian or Sudanese? But she's a very beautiful lady. She was a model.
JT says David Bowie thingy singing Helden was my favourite.
Oh, this is not going well.
JT says he was in The Snowman.
Oh, yeah.
What, as in I'm walking in that one?
Yeah.
Julian says John Scroob is peeling. It could be worse. His lube could be peeling too. Worse if his lube was burning.
Burns are burning.
Why, oh why, oh why.
Okay. So, here we go. Oh, yeah.
Which reminds me. Oh, 6.
I actually quite like the fact that
I believe my entire session this week will be decaling stencils, which is fine. Been doing that all day and I enjoy it.
I shall be decaling all this session as well. But decaling is one of my favourite parts of hobbying.
Yeah. No.
Just no.
I'll be decaling, but it's not my favourite part of modelling.
I'm no good at it, but just going to let those bed down just a little bit before I. Nugget says, never could get into David Bowie's music. Some of it I really liked. Marion's best friend is a massive David Bowie fan, but Heroes was probably one of my favourite tunes he did.
I think my favourite of his, I love Ashes to Ashes, but I think my all-time favourite is Absolute Beginners.
That is a very good track, and the one from Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence as well, isn't it?
He didn't sing.
No, sorry, not that one. Let's Dance. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Let's Dance. Yeah. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues, like that.
John, shut up.
Because he also did The Laughing Gnome. That killed it.
No, I'm just thinking, what was that, his girlfriend before the last one? I don't know.
No, it was one of his first ever songs.
Oh, okay.
Next.
There you go. Top tip: if you're using tweezers to hold your decals, put some blue tack in the corner so that the tweezers stick to it and don't fall in the water.
There you go.
So
JT
John
said, wife popped in and laughing, making fun of my typos.
Right. Sorry.
I need somewhere for them.
Jim says, apparently the UK was not large enough for two singers named David Jones, thus the name changed to Bowie.
There we go. JT says lol. Nugget says, but then again, I prefer listening to country music on most part. Yeah, I like country music.
Likewise, I always got in the background Absolute Radio country playing.
Yeah, I've always got country music playing backwards. That way you get your house back, you get your wife back, you get your dog back.
Someone likes Rascal Flatts. I like
Julian says, there's a fantastic a cappella version of Under Pressure on YouTube featuring David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. He was the lead singer of Queen, Mikey. Helpful look.
Yeah.
GM says, oh, here he comes, name dropping. Filming backstage of Maiden last night, Bruce really works up a sweat. Easy to forget the energy he burns up jumping about the stages. Do have some still shots for Mikey. Hee hee.
Tell you what,
nice.
They've got a new hit single out. It's called Mikey's a Bastard.
And Joe says, yes, Gary, Heroes is my favourite too. Absolutely.
Oh,
I've just got images of David Dickinson jumping up and down, doing the occasional, valuation.
Yeah, bunch of bastards.
We've got to milk it as far as we can.
Oh, yes.
Apparently so.
JT says, loved it when he performed Helden Heroes at the Wall. Yes. Nugget says to Gary, I recently built Rebel's Ed Force One. Never again. Oh, Bob's around still.
Yeah.
He says,
go
on.
No, go on. I'm Declan.
Might have just made a mistake. Got a couple of Mr. Color Russian greens for armor. Took the top off for the viscosity check. Not odorless. Oh, right. Mr. Color. You said Mr. Color. I thought we were talking about Vallejo model color.
Yeah, we were. Oh, shit. There you go.
Duke says Bruce has an amazing range and energy. Yeah. Back to Bob. You won't be able to thin Mr. Color with water.
No. No, sir.
Yeah, very quickly, I just want to have all you people say G-Day to somebody who's here with me.
Timmy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy, shippers!
Hey, Timbo. Did we give you flashbacks with all the talks of lube?
Yeah. Life's too short to go through it dry.
Anywho, I'm going to go back to the bench cam.
Yeah. Next.
Where are we?
Julian says, yes, the laughing gnome was hilarious. What's that ticking noise? That's my cousin Fred. He's a metronome. And Gary says to ACF, sorry to hear the kit was bad. My kit was fine. Yeah, sometimes it is. You can just get a bad kit. Normally, Ian Ellison gets all the bad kits.
Yeah.
There's a short shot. He's going to get it.
Yeah. He does have a bit of rotten luck sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah. And talk of the man himself, he said Marley's been listening to Jerry Reed. Oh, he's bound and down. Eastbound and down.
Yeah.
Julian says, blah, 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 blah. Gives us a link for a cappella under pressure. If anybody wants to watch it on YouTube after the stream, there it is. Boom. And I'm doing the JT says he was in Smoking the Bandit. He was. I'm just letting my Decals bed down. That's why I'm doing the chat at the moment.
Yeah, it's fine, mate.
Yes, he was. He's. I believe he's no longer with us either now, is he?
David
Timmy's there. Timmy's there, and he says, "Good day, folks. Sea Furies are looking fantastic. The Decals are going down quite well. Quite well. I've still got to put some ultimate decal solution on the ones underneath, so I'm just giving them a chance to bed in a little bit first." Gina says, "Be right back. Kara here."
Okay, buddy.
And Bob says, "I've been experimenting. Possibly not a good idea."
What have you been experimenting with? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question I was scared to ask. Duke says, "Ahoy, Timmy!"
Ahoy, Timbo.
Ian Ellison says, "Ahoy, Tim!" And Nugget says to Gary, "I just found it a fight from start to finish. I'm not afraid of difficult kits, but that one was the hardest." But you can have that with kits. I mean, Tiff has just done a beautiful...
Did you just go to call her tit?
No, I said...
Who would do such a thing?
Yeah, John.
Tiff's done a beautiful model of the Tamiya Virago motorcycle.
Yeah.
And she breezed through it, and it looks absolutely amazing. I couldn't get on with the kit, and I didn't finish it.
Can't cut it with tweezers. Yeah.
And it was the same kit, so there you go. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
JT says,
did John give you your parcel, Tim?
He did, yes.
Good.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Then. What's that, mate?
Thank you for that.
It's all right.
JT says, "In the Enchanted Forest, there's no place like Nome." I was walking through the forest the other day, and I came across what I thought was a small person sitting on a mushroom with his head in his hands. I said, "Are you a goblin?" He said, "No, I've got a headache." Anyway, moving on. Jim says to Bob, "Mr. Colour is the lacquer range of paints. Mr. Hobby is the aqueous range of paints. Too many bloody misters in the hobby product world." Absolutely. Yeah. John is demonstrating them now.
Yeah. Yeah, same manufacturer. They work well with the same primer, alcohol, and thinners and everything else. But they're beautiful paints.
Beautiful. If you are spraying lacquers, you should really wear a respirator.
Yeah, John.
Jim says, "Ha! The Royal Australian Navy has arrived and saved the day. Huzzah! Huzzah!"
Whenever I hear Royal Australian Navy, all I can think of is an aircraft carrier with kangaroos hopping around on it.
That's why you should.
Bob says, everybody seems to use these exotic to me paints. I'm still in the Tamiya era. Hey, if Tamiya's work for you, Bob, stick with them.
Exactly. Well, I've got everything on hand because I've got a wide choice. I don't stick to one product. I use what I can access.
Get your hands on.
And Gary says, ACF, Bruce built the same kit. He had no problems either. Yeah, but he built the big one, the real one.
Oh, John, I forgot to tell you.
The first person I know of to experience this. Sorry.
John.
Go ahead.
Look what arrived yesterday in the post.
Oh, it's in a book.
Yes.
No,
About
it's a jelly.
All about the omnibus.
Huh.
With loads of photos in and everything. And all the history and stuff.
All right. We shall discuss offline because that looks interesting.
Yes. I read the first 17 pages whilst I was waiting for you to come on.
Yeah, repository and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Why does this keep getting bloody wrinkles in it?
JT says, Jim, you have Mr. Coffee with Mr. Products.
Shit.
And Graham says, Bobby, I'm still using enamels as I have problems with water-based paints. Wow. Enamels, the paint that keeps giving.
What are you happy with?
You can pick a model up a year after it's been finished and the paint's still wet.
Yeah.
It'll take a while.
What the hell's going on with this?
Johnny's working on his voodoo skills. He's sticking needles in a effigy of a sea fury. You'll find it's the rivets on that little access hatch that roundel goes over, Mikey, that's causing you the issues.
Well, I got most of it smooth, and then I put it down, and next minute it had all bloody wrinkles in it again. Stupid epoxy things.
Oh, that's my unicorn ears.
Have we caught up with the chat? Oh, no. Gary says, my dry paint, for God's sake, my paint's dry within an hour. I suppose it's depend on the climate.
Yeah, and the skill.
Well, yeah. AT says, Testers was like that. The enamels took forever to dry. Nugget says, I still prefer enamels for brush painting internal details. Yeah, I mean, they have their place. Everything has its place. Right. Bob says, Gary, I needed 4 BO and a Russian green number 2 for some armor. All I could find was Mr. Color.
Yeah, that's a thing. So, yeah, Russian paints, they're not available in... Yeah, there's lots of different shades, different brands do different things.
And Columbus makes a good point. He says, nothing wrong with enamels. I use Tamiya enamel for everything. Just need a hairdryer to quick dry, and it cures better than acrylics. Well, there you go. Different methods for different paints. Steve Paul's in, the Major. He says, hi, vets. Hope you're all having a great day. Hiya, Steve. Hope you've recovered from the day with the rug rat yesterday. Or are you still in recovery?
Hey, Steve. Oh, recycling have turned up.
Oh, Nugget is waving to Columbus Models.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
I'm just going to remove that from there now, and I'm going to apply some ultimate decal setting solution.
Never used.
If you've never used setting solution before, don't panic when you see the decals wrinkle up. They're supposed to do that.
See, that's weird because I've never actually seen them wrinkle up when I put it on.
It doesn't happen every time. I must admit, there are times when it hasn't happened for me, but
Yeah.
I have now completed all the decals on this model, and now I have to go to the stencils.
Uh-huh. Stencils.
Or as Sean Connery would say, stencils. Jim says enamels, lacquers, and water-based acrylics are all best for 24 hours to cure. Lacquers and enamels dry from outside to inside. Acrylics are the opposite. There you go. So that's going to take a little while.
And so saith the Gospel of Jim.
GM says, my phone is overheating. Got to declare a pan and sort this. Be right back, guys. Oh, never mind. Pan. Or as they say it now, pan.
Frying pan, saucepan, milk pan.
See, if you was in the air traffic control world or a piloty type, you'd know what that meant.
It's the proper way of calling a mayday, isn't it? Or,
no, it's one down from a mayday.
Yeah. Mayday is holy shit, we're going to crash.
It's to alert someone that you have an incident that may require assistance from the ground.
Yeah.
Going back to my air traffic control instructing days, huh?
Did you get all emotional? Oh, shit in hell.
Yeah.
Come on, stay still.
Julian says, I'm back. Dun, 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 dun. Ian says, hi, Jim, and thanks. I did not know there was a difference between hobby and colour. Off to check what I bought recently. Oh, dear. Can open, worms everywhere.
But they do behave the same way, I find. I really can't tell the difference between this
Julian says,
so this stuff with the Mr. Color and Mr. Hobby, if you use this stuff, they're leveling thinner. It slows the drying time and it stays super glossy for longer and smooths everything out. This is called unicorn tears on certain podcasts and stuff because it works with pretty much everything.
61.
Julian says, regarding decals, Waitrose uses refillable watercolor pens to apply decal solutions. Great idea. It is. And JT says, have you guys done bleed throughs with extra decals on planes as a weathering technique? No, I've never. In fact, I've never heard of it.
Nor have I.
No, sir.
So there you go.
There is answer to your question.
Something
Mind you,
look into.
Bob says, so it's going to be a search for the respirator I used to use in the chemical areas of the PCB factory I used to work at. Then see if it still works after a quarter of a century. Yeah, you need to change the filters and that.
Make sure your windows are open when you spray them.
Yeah. You get high enough as it is, Bob.
God knows how many Strandies there will be after that.
He'll open the front door and people will just see like loads of little creatures going around.
TBG's in. He says, hi, everyone. Hi, TBG.
Hey, buddy.
Pan was a distress call and not for Little Caesars, says John Thompson. I did it now. I've done John Thomas now.
Little Caesars was the reference to pizza, deep pan pizza.
Please accept my apologies, John, for butchering your name. Jim says, cheers, Ian. My experience comes from working with and learning lessons from using all three types of hobby paints over the decades.
Just a point, Gary. Why do you think I keep calling him JT?
Well, that's what I normally do. I normally call him JT, but I didn't that time.
Oh, shite.
And David's in, and he says, I'm back now. He's back from
Hello,
Strahd.
David.
And Nugget waves to TBG.
TBG.
TBG says, hi, Nugget.
Oh, excuse me.
And Julian says, Bob, I've just found my post on Discord with the respirator I bought on Amazon. I'll tag you on it. Oh, God, 5,000 respirators heading John's way now, Bob's way now. And Ian says, cheers, John. Panic over. Mr. Colour Leveling Thinner. Phew.
Wait a minute. When was that from?
JT says, Gary, okay about my name? My wife chuckled. Yes, I know. I'm sure you've heard it before.
Yeah, me.
Bob says, thank you, Julian. God, this modelling thing gets expensive. That's the way you do it.
It's only expensive if you're buying 10 of everything.
And Julian says, Shelfie, I've done John Thomas now. Would you like to rephrase that?
It's a good point, that.
It's out there. It's out there. TBG says, yes, but your respirator is a Darth Vader cosplay outfit. Julian Hall.
Oh, shit. I hate decaling.
Man up. Just patience is all you need.
I've got patience, I just haven't got skills. Oh, friggin' hell. And I'm ham-fisted, apparently.
Ham-fisted? Steve says, Gary M, would be nice to see the Fury at next week's M4H session at St George's. Okay, mate, I'll bring it along. And don't forget, we can park in the car park because the kids have broken up. And Bob says, Mikey, did second package reach you or Mr. Wilkes?
Second package. Yes, thank you very much, Bob. He sent me a pack of 10 sprue cutters.
Bless.
Yes, it did arrive, mate. Thank you.
And JT says, seeing older schemes popping up through, though, is common on trains. Had an old Navy picture, they probably stripped the planes.
Yeah.
And Jim says, leveling thinner allows for slower drying time and literally levels the paint finish. The rapid thinner does just that, but speeds the drying process. Yeah, I've been using rapid thinner, and I think that's one of the reasons why my glossing didn't work very well.
Maybe.
And Ian says, Mr. Wilkes laughed my arse off. Not again.
He's a very nice fellow and he's very apologetic. Well, it's not your bloody fault, mate. There you go. Right. Hopefully that'll stay in bloody place now.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, no. There we go. Didn't last long. Oh, for fuck's sake.
JT says layers of paint are weight, I guess, and affect the performance. Yes, it is exactly the point, sir. The more paint you put on it, the heavier you're making the plane. And weight is important.
Yeah, especially on fighters. Right. 62. Nugget says, My kids are halfway through their school holidays. The reason Scottish schools break off earlier is due to when school kids were needed to pick fruit from the farms that grew fruit. There we go.
Child labour.
Yeah.
Those were
A
the
great
days.
Scottish tradition. It's only child labour if they get paid for it, okay?
Oh, what is that? Cut out a decal. Where did I put it? Bastard.
Now, we'll not have profanities. No, we're joking.
We normally do.
Yeah. Especially with John. Oh my God.
Right, I'm stuck at the moment while I'm waiting for these decals to do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's worth doing the decals during the live, then doing a varnish over it, and then doing the stencils, and then another varnish. Just because, otherwise, I'm going to end up taking all half the bloody decals off when I'm handling it. Trying to put the little tiny stupid bits on.
Your model, you do you.
Thank you, I will.
Right.
JT says, and the kids threw the fruit at the adults. Then there was a run. This is the drive-by fruiting.
Run by shooting.
Nugget is laughing.
Dear me. Right. Well, that does seem to be doing what it's supposed to do, so good news. Right.
Shine up, peach.
So all my decaling, apart from the prop, I haven't done the prop yet because I still haven't finished painting the spinner. But all my decaling is done. So that's the good news. The bad news is now I've got to do the stenciling.
Haha, for
But I like it, so I don't mind. I'm just thinking, have I missed a bit on the decals?
Okay.
I have.
So Scotland still use child labour. Mine doesn't break up till next week. Most other schools break up today. Yeah.
And then I've got the distinct feeling the little boy that lives next door to me broke up last week.
Either that or his parents had given up sending him to school.
No. Right.
Problem with aircraft, you can't put it on its side to make things easier.
You can if you've got one of Phil Flory's fantastic jigs, but I can't afford one. Be very careful, chaps, when you're cutting the decals out. 44 and 45. They're the small ones, the small circular ones that go under the wing.
Yeah.
Because just above it is decal 37, which is extremely faint, and if you're not careful, you'll cut through it.
Which is what you've just done, I'm guessing.
Which I came very close to doing.
So that's those. What he's talking about, those two there, and the ones above it, the yellow ones.
Yellow one above it, yeah.
They go around the base of the cockpit frame, I believe. Yeah, but yes, they are. You're right. Good tip, thank you.
Good tip, well remembered. Come on.
It does slightly peeve me off when in order to get as many decals on a sheet, which obviously they want to make as much use of the sheet as they can, but you've got no room to cut round it.
Yeah.
Right. Gotta get this right. Green at the front. Green at the front and on this side. Right.
Same panel.
Shit.
Nugget says to Ian Ellison, not these days unless they want to earn extra money. The October holidays were used to pick the potatoes as well in days gone by. Well, yeah, they had it tough up there, didn't they?
Well, yeah, they all have to wear skirts as well.
6 weeks of summer holidays. Yeah, get out there and start picking the strawberries.
Yeah. Do something useful with your time instead of playing computer games. Oh, wait, they haven't been invented yet. But you can imagine it sort of went along those lines with some form of entertainment that they had back then.
You've been on that abacus all day.
You've been playing with that metal wheel and stick for months. JT says, an old cartoon came on when Danger Mouse used to, Banana Man. I got acquainted with these cartoons on Nickelodeon. You could say cable TV did broaden my world. Yeah. Amazingly, we have 25 people watching this shit.
Well, you've got more because Tim's here and he's not watching it. He's just sitting here.
Yeah, he's just prettying the place up for you.
He's asleep. Yeah. But
Might as
there we
well
are.
put the wing decal on.
Any more chat, modders? Take that as a no.
I take it 24 and 31 are the wing decals.
Hey.
No, 24 is a yellow band that's not on. What the hell? Airfix, come on, get your shit together.
What are you talking about, Mikey?
I didn't.
The walkways, decals.
Yeah.
The black strips.
Yes. Number 2.
Is there a problem?
No, I'm just trying to see what number they are.
I must admit, they're not numbered on here, but they are numbered on the stencil sheet. They're shown on they are 24 and 31.
Correct.
I thought so.
And they only go one way.
24 goes on the right wing.
Curvy bit to the inside goes on the wing root.
Yes.
It's getting warm in here.
25 is just a dotted white line.
Well,
Nugget says the kilts were used for easy access for willing women. No need to haul off underwear. Also lets gravity do its work on certain appendages.
Hey, steady on. We're getting a bit. Whee.
John says, and to the moon, enemy.
And to moon the enemy.
Yes.
Right. So, how am I going to tackle these stencils?
With vim and vigor.
I think I will start.
Oh shit.
I'll start there, number 41, and work my way around the aircraft, like so.
Why the hell would you have stencils for the fucking dials that were made at the beginning of the build?
Well, you put them on when you do the cockpit.
Yeah, can't see him. What's the point?
Yeah.
I must admit, I didn't put them on because you can't actually see the instrument panel.
Ooh, don't want to get too close to there.
So let's orientate the model.
Orientation.
So
I found my first mistake of the decal sheet. So on the box art, it's got a white stencil there and a yellow one down the bottom there. On the scheme thing, it doesn't show them. It shows them, but they're not listed, of course, because it's just the main ones and not the stencils. But on the stencil diagram, it's only got the upper one, 129. It doesn't have the lower yellow one, which is not listed anywhere, but it's 58.
it is listed on the stencil sheet, what I did send you.
It's not.
Nugget says, exactly, John. JT says, the middle finger was from the Normans who cut off the fingers of the English soldiers. They showed the finger to say you missed. Not quite.
And the V was...
It was the Welsh longbowmen that they used to cut the fingers off, because the English army or the English kings and that used to use Welsh longbowmen. So the Welsh used to do it because they were incredibly proficient at it, using longbows, that is.
Jim says, from what I've read, World War I German troops called the Highlanders the ladies from hell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nugget says, apologies if he was a bit too rude. I don't believe you were.
Don't believe you were?
When? Would be my question.
You have to remember, Nugget, we set the bar very low here, and we continually fail to meet it.
Yes.
Wilf Holdcroft is in. Hello, Wilf.
Hello, buddy.
What do you guys, if you mess up a decal beyond saving? I ended up ordering an entirely different decal sheet to the one in the kit from eBay, not made by Airfix. Yeah.
Watch this episode long enough, and you're bound to find out.
Yeah, because I've just done that. So I put on a white decal here. I've just noticed it's not there anymore. So I'll just continue to ignore it.
Yeah.
And not bring it to anyone's attention, and it'll be fine.
Yes, absolutely.
If it's stencil stuff, then you're probably not going to notice it anyway. If it's something like a roundel, rondel, whatever people want to call them, or something like that, and that goes wrong, then you've got an issue. You might try and paint it on, maybe. The common ones that I have problems with are the letters, like the 105 there. Occasionally they'll wrap up on themselves, and I just can't. As soon as that happens, I just throw them away.
Yeah. I just swear a lot and try and correct it.
Oh, there is that.
Aha. Right. Yeah, I'm on. Right, tweezers. Do I go to... No. Okay. Go there.
God, I'll pin that up there so I can see it. It's too far away.
Right. So...
What you'll find with very small stencils, which is probably going to happen to me now, is when you try and put the cotton bud over them to get all the excess water out, when you lift the cotton bud off, the decal's stuck to the...
Yeah, that's the thing.
This time it didn't. Normally it's stuck to the cotton bud. So But there you go. All that effort to put that little stencil on, and can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Take that as a no. Julian says the two-finger gesture, Archer Link, is apparently a popular myth, but untrue. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But it's a jolly good wheeze.
Yeah. There's always one that's got to spoil it, hasn't it?
And it's always Julian.
Yeah.
But he is head of research and development.
Yeah.
So, to use a common phrase from history, I was only following orders.
Nugget says, I was more worried about YouTube censoring the channel. Yeah. To be honest, I'm amazed that's not happened. But hey, we must be doing something.
Challenge accepted.
No, please don't.
Okay.
I have to pay for this hobby somehow.
Goes on there.
JT says, I wonder if you can print your own decal spares on water slide paper. I remember that being available. I messed up a few decals. It does annoy when the letters are messed up and the setting solution. Yeah.
You can, but the issue comes when you're trying to print white decals, because you can't.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. But hey, welcome to the channel, Wilf.
Yeah, welcome, Wilf. Whereabouts in the world do you
Hail from.
hail from, Wilf?
Wilf? JT says, did the piston aircraft and the RAF use cranks like the Germans did to start the engines? It depended on what aircraft it was.
Yeah. So the very first Spitfires, they used a truck or engaged there's a hole in the spinner, if you like. The Mark II Spitfires had what was called a Kaufman starter, which was almost like a gun going off, and the gas pressure from the cartridge would start spinning the engine. And by the end of the war, they were using electric. Well, actually, from the Mark V, it was an electric starter.
Mm-hmm. Sticky key in the control panel starter up.
The Chipmunk still uses a cartridge start.
Does it?
Mm.
Wow.
And some of the old the Meteors did, and the Vampires did.
F-111 did.
Did it? I didn't know that.
Well, they tried to use an APU. If an APU was unavailable, they'd use a Kaufman starter.
Oh, wow.
The more you know.
Julian says, I thought the Archer two-finger thing was true too, but apparently the French threatened to cut 3 fingers off Bowman, not 2, and there's no proof they ever carried out the threat. And there you go.
Wilf says, go on.
Wilf says, if you guys have ever built a tank, do you share my pain of painting the track suspension wheels, especially in 1/72nd scale? I'm in the south of England. I don't mind doing tracks and tank.
We're doing a tank.
Yeah, very soon.
Very soon.
We've got the last episode of this next week, and then we're starting the Jagd Panther.
Yeah,
135.
But that'll be a 1/35th scale tank.
Yes, it would. And well, like I said, welcome to the channel, Wilf.
Yeah.
I've not seen you commenting before. I've done one side. Well, most of one side. See, mine would crash because it's only got half its wing. Ooh. Julian says the gesture only goes back to 1901. Some guy captured on film indicated he didn't like it by sticking 2 fingers up. Hannah. JT says, could you imagine starting a plane in the early days? That looks so dangerous spinning the prop. Yeah. There's a few people killed doing it, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, if they weren't killed, they lost an arm.
Yeah. Well, that happened recently, didn't it? A YouTuber or something. She was trying to take a bloody selfie, and she stepped before she got on a plane to do bloody parachute jump.
It was a tail rotor of a helicopter.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and she stepped back a bit too far. And went through the grinder.
Well done. You've lost a lot of weight this month.
Yes, you have officially red misted yourself.
Give yourself a round of applause, or rather, don't.
Yeah. What is the sound of one arm clapping? Let's find out. Here is the one that was left behind.
And apologies to any people who might be minus an
Limits.
appendage that might be watching. We haven't apologized to anyone yet today. I just thought it's about time
Oh,
I
yeah.
made an apology for something. I seemed to spend most of yesterday's episode apologizing.
Sure did.
Yeah, but I spent most of yesterday's episode apologizing to Iron Maiden.
Yeah. To David Dickinson and the boys.
How funny would it be now if they all started calling him David just to wind him up?
Oh,
Julian says, "Welcome to the Madhouse, Wilf." TBG says, "I believe the Seahawk had a cartridge start."
there you go. I'll show you an example.
Harry,
Jake's in.
Jakey's in. He says,
Jakey's
"Hi, guys."
in. Hello, boy. You back from your hollybobs? Right, here's an issue that you sometimes get with decaling, and let me see if I can get this to focus. Is it going to focus? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
You haven't pressed the button, have you? I
Stand
need to
by
be
for a
close.
while.
Try
Well, I need
moving further away and zooming
I
in.
need
around.
to be close because it's a very small decal. I don't
Yeah,
know
but
whether
you zoom in.
don't know whether you can see.
No, because you're not even on camera.
Look, shut up.
Have you tried counting to 3 when somebody?
Right, what's happened is a very small stencil decal has stuck to the inside of my tweezers.
Oh, yes.
So, oh, I've got it off.
It's not something you want to say when your grandson's watching. But
I'm surprised
your
it
daughter says, "Hello, people." Hello,
Hi,
Kerry.
Carrie Ann. Welcome back from Tots. You survived another day.
Yes. Julie
Oh.
says, a friend of mine said she'd lost 250 pounds of useless fat in one day. Divorced it. Very good. John says, having the crank behind the prop was a great safety idea. Yeah.
What just fell off there?
Callum says, the weird part is helicopter rotor strikes only have a 50% fatality rate. Yeah. That's weird. Hey, we've got 30 people watching. Welcome, and don't forget to live and subscribe.
Jakey is one of them. Howard Jake.
Yeah.
Back from his holidays. He's had
Will
the week in Aberystwyth.
Has he now? Gary, you realise you're so out of focus. You look like it looks like we're drunk.
Not,
There we go.
not a bad place to be.
Wilf said, "Nope. So you're streaming in my recommended. Also, Yag Panther is a cool machine. I'll try to catch that when you stream it. I wonder why Airfix doesn't do one. Good question.
They don't do a huge amount of armor.
Correct.
But,
Yeah.
and it's quite worrying that somewhere something is recommending us to people.
Yeah, I know. That's cool.
Quite frightening. TBG says props and ejector seats are the reason there were fewer apprentices at the end of the year. And JT says Jimmy Stewart uses a Kaufman starter in Flight of the Phoenix. What a film.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that on YouTube.
Surprised you didn't say who's Jimmy Stewart. JT says the same crank idea on planes was on the German tanks.
Ah, right.
And Julian says, Mikey, mate of mine called Bob when the first episode of Blackadder 2 was aired. He was called Kate forevermore. So you're a chap then, are you, Bob?
You're different.
Duke says Jack Newton, the Australian golfer, had an incident with a propeller. Ooh.
Yes.
Tiff says, Gary, did you just say you have a wristwatch?
No, I said Jake's been to have a wristwatch.
Ah. Yeah. Callum says, I think the people in charge would have issues with mechanics cranking behind things. Yeah.
I haven't seen Jake for a long time. I'm missing him.
Oh.
Kerry Ann says, Dad, that's me. Dad, your camera angle just showed up
Certainly
your
not
bald
bloody me,
spot.
is it?
When you go so close to the model, it looked like you were licking it.
It's certainly not me that she's calling Dad, is it? She's the same age as me.
She calls John Dad.
She calls John other Dad.
Julian says, for those unaware, Blackadder had a new manservant, a girl called Kate, pretending her name was Bob.
Yes.
And she was also in Blackadder Goes Forth as driver Parkhurst.
Yes.
Oh, Steve Paul says, when are you guys going to do a 124th Mosquito? I'll tell you what, I'll do a 124th Mosquito. You do me a
purchase order for it.
Oh, bugger. I've forgotten the name of it.
Well, that went
Mullins gun. You do me a Mullins gun for it.
We could do 124th Mullins gun if we had access to one each.
I know a man.
We've got builds planned for the next 9 months, so
yeah. I like the Mozzie though. I would gladly do a Mozzie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one before, but I didn't do a very good job of it.
No. Bless you.
It was a Tamiya 172nd. Carrie Ann says, I love Blackadder.
Yeah, I like Blackadder. I got the box.
Blackadder Goes Forth was the best one.
Yeah.
JT says there was a prop incident on Raids of the Lost Ark. Gory as hell. Love that plane. Yep, there was. And it was Pat Roach was the stuntman who Harrison Ford was fighting at.
How would you remember that? Had you heard
Pat Roach? Because Pat Roach was a wrestler, a stuntman, and he was in a series called Auf Wiedersehen, Pat.
Oh, okay.
David says, yes, in Kelly's Heroes, they show a crank starting a tiger in the village. Yeah, you'd probably find the tiger wasn't a tiger, but
yeah.
No, I think they did have a real tiger in Kelly's Heroes.
Yeah.
It was in the Battle of the Bulge that the tigers were patterns made to look like tigers, I believe.
Most likely.
History may prove me wrong. JT says Guillo's guide. What? Hey, Guillo's made a great balsa and tissue mosquito. Not far from the real one, really.
Yes. Yeah, Guillo's are a company that make balsa and tissue flying model aircraft.
And Julian says, I have the complete Blackadder collection, including a short The Tudor Years done for comic relief. Yes.
Yeah. I've got the Blackadder backwards and forwards as well.
It's still not as funny, though. Although, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Blackadder wasn't funny because it's absolutely hilarious, but I don't think it was as funny as it ain't our fault, man. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
So, to Mr. Steve Paul, so when are we going to do a 124th Mozzie group build then at Club? And Steve actually says, as I said that, working on that, albeit very slowly. Yeah, Steve is designing and 3D printing a Mullins gun for the Mosquito, which he displayed at Telford last year.
Yeah, it was impressive.
And hopefully he can display it again this year because it was a talking point last year.
Yeah.
I know he's redesigned the tractor and used things like that. Gary Markham says he's back at cruise after his in-flight emergency. Canberra bombers used Kaufman starters. Hurricane U was a stepped chain hand crank as a backup. Sea Venom were Kaufman and Sea Fires were Kaufman starts, to name a few. Wow. Bob says, I have a 1/24th Mozzie in reserve, just waiting for the opportunity to get stuck in. See, I would love to build one, but I've got nowhere to put it when it's built.
Same here. And it would just take too long. Oh dear.
No, because I'd put lights in it and everything. I'd electrify it.
You'd electrify yourself.
Kerry Ann says, because Dad knows loads of useless information. Talking of electrifying, I'm doing a 1/18th zero.
Yeah. Still,
and will be for a long time. Nugget says, I remember Pat Roach when he was a wrestler. That's right. The Bristol Bomber, I think they called him. And Columbus says, Kelly's Heroes Tiger was a modified T-34. Oh, I was right then. And Julian says, David, where did they stick the crank and didn't get the Tiger pissed off? Yeah. ACF Nugget says, World of Sport on ITV at 4:15 every Saturday with Dickie Davis. And Steve says, enjoy it, Bob. It's one hell of a build, especially with a complete Mullins gun.
don't think I would. Go on.
Gary says, Kermit Weeks has a 1-to-1 scale Mosquito 34 TT.
Very good. Excellent guy, that one. Been watching some of his videos.
He's got lots of stuff. Bob says, look at the wheel pattern on the Tigers in Kelly Heroes. T34, anyone? Yeah. And David says, I think, but not sure if it was 131 in Kelly's Heroes. Need to check.
Don't know. We can't recall.
JT says, Columbus models. The T34 had no reverse. Lol. Comrade Stalin did not like that. And Bob says, David, Tiger numbers in Kelly's Heroes were 112, 113, and 115.
See, that's just rivet counting.
Steve Paul says, I can store that one for you, Gary. I have a hanger. Don't give me ideas, Steve. I know your workshop's massive, mate. But I've yet to visit it. But I was put off by visiting my mate's workshops when I went to Colin's workshop and saw how organised and tidy it was. So
I love a workshop like that.
That's put me off visiting other people's workshops.
It makes you feel embarrassed, doesn't it?
I prefer my little hobbit hole. JT says Tigers were cranked in the rear. Saw a video on Facebook Reels.
Well, yeah.
The engine was at the back anyway, wasn't it?
Well, they had a start handle at the rear, yeah. For coal starting and stuff.
Bob says to Columbus, sorry, tripping over your remark, blame the meds. Yes. And David says, just Googled, and yes, you're right, a T-34. And David says, Julian, the start is in the...
Up the Harris.
Mrs. Harris goes to Paris.
Ooh, her matron.
So, carry on. If you're still here, has my grandson, who I've forgotten what he looks like because it's been so long since I've seen him. Sorry, has my grandson, who's forgot what he looks like.
His grandson, Jesus wept.
He's probably grown another foot since I last saw him. He had a good holiday.
Apparently, I've earned a top fan badge from Mini Art. Don't know why. Oh, just had a nice comment off Gino.
Well, Mini Art, if you're watching, if you want us to review any of your kits, please send us 3 or 4.
Notice I didn't say that. Yeah.
But of course, we would remain totally impartial.
Oh, yes. We would criticize if we felt necessary. Jem says the Kiwi.
Go on.
Go on.
Gary says the Kiwis have a very nice Mark 6 mosquito. Flew happy laps around Amore town. That's Amore. Sorry. Steve Paul says no organisation, Gary. Just drafts, spiders, and webs. Adds to the ambience. I'll have to come and look at your workshop one day, mate. See where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Steve's my mate. Steve's very good. He drives me to all the model meetings.
Oh, that's good of him.
He's very good. He's very good. And Colin is his deputy when Steve's away. Colin takes over.
Yeah.
I must buy him a hobnob at Christmas.
Just one.
Well, I do happen to know that Steve is partial to a Tim Tam.
Comfort break. Back in a moment.
Tim, take over.
Tim, you have the com.
And now for the new improved Marley. Bob says it's no good. Jadlam are going to have to supply T-34s, one for correct build and one for to be heroic. JT says, did tanks have redundant starters, Kaufman and Crank, in case of no cartridges? Yeah, it said in case the electric starters weren't working.
And Columbus says, out of 5 flying Mozzies in the world, the Avspec company in Auckland has built 4 of them. Well done,
Wow.
those guys.
Yeah.
And Mr. Markham says, there's a letter in Ardmore, spam cracker leaking again. Jim says, most World War II German armoured fighting vehicles were crank-started to save battery life for other functions in the vehicles.
Yeah.
And Big Nate is in. Hiya, Big Nate. I always like the paint on the Navy planes. Yeah.
They do
Hi,
look
Big Nate.
cool.
You well, sir?
Yeah, not bad.
We don't care. We were talking to Big Nate.
I don't know.
Julian says, part 1, JT's comment about Stalin reminded me of Marshal Tito and Stalin trying to kill him.
We do love you, though, John.
Yeah, I know.
Part 2, Julian says, Tito sent a message, stop sending people to kill me. We've caught 3 so far with a handgun, 1 a bomb, and 1 a rifle. And Big Nate says he had a tooth pulled yesterday, but I'm not. But I'm good. Well done, mate.
It's never fun having your teeth pulled, especially when they don't use anaesthetic.
I had a filling done once without anaesthetic. Fucking
Me
hell.
too. When I was a kid,
Never again.
I didn't like needles, so I asked him if I could do it whilst listening to music on my Walkman,
Well,
and he reluctant. Go
I
on.
haven't got a problem with the injection. He just said, "I'm going to do it without anaesthetic." And by then I was so I couldn't really argue with him. David says, according to Google, 131 did make an appearance in Fury. Yes, it did.
Sure did.
Yeah, it's the one when they do the 3 Sherman attack.
Didn't like Fury.
That's why they didn't move it much, because one of the conditions set down by the museum was they don't damage it.
I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was great.
No.
You just like Brad Pitt
Yeah, right. Yeah.
and Shia LaBeouf.
At least I've heard of him.
Well played, Mr. Marley. Well played, sir.
Dickhead. What's next, modders? JT says, imagine how hot those tanks were in the North African campaign. Yeah. Oh, wow, we've got 29 people watching still. Cool. Big Nate says, that happened to me as well, but he didn't give me enough, so now I have a thing about dentists. Yeah.
Oh, I've always had a thing about dentists.
Jem says, I noticed Bruce has a slight speech impediment. He was saying it's the metal bridge work in his mouth. Probably.
Yeah, that'll do
Probably. Julian says, missed part 3 of my comment. It's a long sod way, so I'll stick it in Discord. Please do.
I got part 1 and part 2, and I never saw part 3.
Yeah, it's probably held. But bear in mind, right, if stuff gets held, it's Julian's job to check it and unhold it and release it onto the chat. So if it's been held and Julian's not checked it, then that's his own fault. Because Julian is a modder.
Mikey,
Jim says,
true management style is blaming somebody else.
well, he is moderator in charge of YouTube chat. Tiff is moderator in charge of StreamYard. I have a team. I am professional-ish. Do you know what? I was saying this yesterday. You know when I did those figures? Took the sports off those figures that Bob sent me?
Yeah.
I was saying to Kay, when we started this, there was just me, you, and the one from down under, down the bottom.
Yeah.
This one here. Right. Now, the team consists of 7 people, including 2 moderators.
Yeah, you see. From little acorns, giant oaks grow.
I know, right?
Jim says, JT, there's a piece of a film of a German tank crewman frying an egg on the surface of their Panzer II.
You should be able to do that in Iraq.
Yeah, I think I've told the story before. We tried to do that on a Herqueen, but the guy who I was with, he asked me to film it. He got secondary burns on his ass while getting out of the top emergency escape hatch to get onto the plane to do the egg, so we didn't.
Yeah.
Bloody hot.
Yeah. We used to put a few bottles of water outside the workshop because obviously we're in big metal workshops. So we used to put a couple of bottles of water next to the wall on the outside. And then by the time it came to late afternoon, the water was hot enough to wash your hands in.
Yeah.
Tiff says, wasn't held for review. It didn't show up on chat. Ooh. Julian says, nice try. It's not held. Gino says, hello to the great panel and everyone in chat. Hey, Gino, and thank you for upgrading.
Hi, Gino.
Hello, Gino.
Yeah. Thank you for upgrading. Tiff says, which means Julian put in a word YouTube didn't like. Yeah, well, he should know better. He's a modder.
Oh, look at the boss getting all.
JT says, Jim, no bacon too. Jim said, what?
My decal stuck to me. Exactly what I said would happen. My decal stuck to the.
Jem says, Mikey professional, album effort. Ha. Cheers, dude. Big Nate says, my grandfather was in the North African campaign. He never talked about it much. He was with the medical corps, so I can understand. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do find it.
Speaking of which, I was watching a film last night. I've got the DVD because I've watched it a few times. It's called Home of the Brave. It's a brilliant film about how PTSD can affect soldiers differently. And it's about 4 reservists, American reservists. One is a doctor, an army surgeon, played by Samuel L. Jackson. Another one is an infantry guy. Another one is a specialist truck driver who gets a hand blown off. And another one is a guy who's in the infantry and injured his back. And it's all about how the different PTSDs affected them and their families and stuff like that. And it's an absolutely brilliant film. It's probably the most accurate portrayal of PTSD I've seen.
Right.
It's really good.
Gina says, my pleasure.
Ooh, we like pleasure. Sorry.
Jim says, JT, haha, not sure about bacon.
Ooh, bacon. Julian says, oh, okay. I think I see what Nanny YouTube didn't like. I will. See? It was your fault. You should know better, Julian. Guys, it's like 9 minutes to.
I know.
I know, it's flown by today.
Mind you, I've done a fair bit today, so I'm happy.
Hopefully.
Lots of things we want.
Hopefully, with it being a lot of decaling, it hasn't been too boring for people.
Well, I'm hoping, because we've still got 27 people watching, so I'm hoping people have lubed. Because yesterday's stream was on 28 likes by the time we finished. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, yesterday's stream did descend into anarchy.
Yeah. I blame David Dickinson.
You would,
John
wouldn't you?
says, John says changing road wheels was a task. Yeah. That's why I went in as a B mech and not an A mech. Because I didn't want to work on tanks all the time. Cliff says 22. Oh, there we go. We're on 22 likes. Gino says, all your Sea Furies are looking great. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's time. I've got time to put this decal on. Before we knock it on the head.
It's been a nice build, this has. Really has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice kit, isn't it?
Yeah. Even better when it's finished.
Alrighty. Yes, I'm going to get this last stencil on for today. And then I should change my camera angle.
I reckon the last thing I'll do is mount the wings in the folded position. And then
yeah, that's the last thing I want to do.
Undercarriage on next week.
Yeah.
There she is. Yeah.
It's probably the only thing I don't like about this kit. I think the for the folded wing option, the fit of the wings feels a bit flimsy.
Yeah.
JT says, thanks. Hope you don't mind me being chatty. It was a pleasure. Hey, this stream is needs the chat.
Mate, the more you chat, the more YouTube likes it.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares about YouTube? I enjoy it.
I do because it promotes the chat, the show more, the stream.
Yeah.
That's kind of important, you know.
I mean, according to my my screen, we've had 279 comments since I last looked at the live comments. Wow. Duke says we're all waiting for Mikey to insult more celebrities. Haha.
I didn't insult him. I just had an image of him being an antiques dealer.
Graham's opened a can of worms right at the end now. What sort of beer should I look for in the UK? Last time I was drinking a Canadian beer as everything else was weird. Real ales or pale ales or Indian pale ales.
So I found a green, I think it's greens. I found greens do, I think it's a green IPA.
Green King
with an E. Green King do an IPA on tap, and it's bloody delicious.
And of
my
course,
favourite beer in the UK is Doom Bar.
I was going to say John's favourite in the UK is Doom Bar.
It is to die for. It's not everywhere though, but if you can get it, get it.
Mate, it's in supermarkets.
Oh, is it? See,
Yeah,
we don't have like my whole like the same flavours.
Theakston's Old Peculiar, that's very nice.
It is.
Yeah, you would like that.
Pride is quite a nice beer.
I prefer stout and dark brown ales.
I can't drink them; they're too heavy.
And I like single malt whiskey, which I drank last night whilst I was watching that film.
No.
I may have had 2 or 3.
Single
Maybe
malt
4.
whiskies are
So there.
graceful.
I don't really measure the unit. I don't really measure it out when I pour it. I just sort of go off roughly about a finger's worth width. So
Just pour it into the glass and then tip it down the sink.
no, that's sacrilegious.
Big Nate says my favourite Fury is the Star Fury from Babylon 5.
Great choice. Great choice.
And Julian says, talking of accurate portrayals, I love Strike with his portrayal of an ex-RMP amputee. Sat at his desk, took his leg off and grumbled about wanting it every time he took his leg off, lol.
JT says, so YouTube has a likeness addiction.
As most social media does.
John says, on that note, laugh out loud. David, GM, Doombar is a very nice beer.
Yeah, it's very nice, Doombar.
Gino, if you guys want good beer, you need to come to Belgium.
Yeah, fair enough.
See, I'm not a massive beer drinker. GM says, Mikey, keep digging, laugh out loud. Thanks, Gary and John. I'll check them out.
Other beers are available.
Steve says, Edward Theakston was my troop leader, Brill beer.
Yeah.
Lord Wellington was Gary's.
I thought it was Teakston. Is it not Teakston?
Theakston.
There you go.
My little dyslexic friend.
No. What I mean is, like, I bought some in, where was it? Right in the middle of the UK, just south of
Leeds.
Just south, just south
Birmingham.
No, you're not allowed to buy beer in Birmingham anymore.
No, so yeah, I got it from where they make it, and
Burton-on-Trent.
it doesn't matter. But I asked for it because it was on tap, and I said I'll have a Theakston, and she said it's pronounced Teakston. I went, okay, I'm corrected.
No,
She had me on.
She was having you on a joke, I think.
Well, she was an idiot because she was from the middle of the UK.
And another particularly nice beer is Bishop's Finger.
Ah, I had a Bishop's Finger. Well, suck on a Bishop's Finger about 2 weeks ago, wasn't I, Mikey?
And Spitfire is a nice beer.
Yes, it is.
Steve says the brewery is in Masham, North Yorkshire.
There you go.
He's just been up that way, so he would know.
Wilf says, can I see a P47 behind Chair Force 1?
Oh, yeah. Above the train, above the green train.
There?
Spitfire.
No, that's Thunderbolt.
P47, Thunderbolt.
Yeah. There we go. Well spotted.
Next to a P40.
Yeah.
There we go. In fact, if we zoom in on Gary, we can quickly see all the stuff that's in his cabinet.
Oh, my goodness. Right. Want a quick rundown? Model T, Spitfire, Hunter, Harrier, A7, Beer Barrel Spitfire, Half Track, the Whippet, another Model T, Hawk, an M109 Paladin, the Messerschmitt 410, Thunderbolt, Stuka, and P40. The Battle of Britain class train. Behind that is a Tornado F3. There's a Victor behind that Model T, a Buccaneer, a Gannet, a Tornado, a Jet Provost, and a Vampire.
I can see a lifeboat as well.
The lifeboat is broken. It's a memorial to an incident that happened. Very sad incident that happened a few months ago when my shelf came off the wall.
Yeah.
As punishment for building a floaty thing, and smashed my almost complete lifeboat.
Yeah. Jem says, Gino, been years since I've been to Belgium. Yeah, I don't think I've been since I was like 16. June says, great stream, everyone. Mikey, if you need any help with band members' names, you know where to come. Not me. That weather's just getting really hot again. Jim says, keep it up, Julian. Love it. Right, we're now at the 2 hour mark, gentlemen. Just in time. Well done, John.
All right. Okay. They do fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not well.
Just a little bit loose.
Yeah. Well, it says in the instructions if you're doing the wing folder, cut off part of the upper wing. Don't. Leave it there.
Yeah. I haven't.
Well, there
Cool.
we go. That's
That's
another week over.
Does
Yeah.
look all right.
Looks
Yeah.
cool. Sexy.
Is that why you're starting to lie down? Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back. Oh, Will says the blue's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's his own mix as well.
Yeah. And Gino says very nice, John. There you go. So we're back Monday with the panel session, which is where we just build whatever we happen to be working on for ourselves and having more weird and wonderful chat.
Have a good weekend, Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
I won't be here Monday.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm
if
going
I'm
to
not,
Melbourne tomorrow morning, and I won't be back till Tuesday afternoon.
if
Okay.
I'm not dancing in the woods in my mankini on Monday, I'll be here.
So I might be on my own then.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. Right, on that bombshell, others, run VT and hull out, everyone.
Hoorah.